Hello family, how you guys doing? This is Shay Chris coming to you. It's been a minute. It has been a very long month. It's not even a month. That's the crazy part about it. It has I think it's been about 3.5 weeks. I'm coming to you guys. So I'm trying to get this situated so you can see me clearly. I am officially sleeved. Yes, I am. And the one thing I want to do with these videos that I do is to be extremely transparent with you all, because when I did my research, I just prayed that people, gave the ins and outs from their experience, obviously, just to kind of give me a better idea of what I am to be, what I'm going into. So today is one of the only couple of days that I've been out moving about. As you can see, I'm not made up, no makeup or anything. I'm just running some errands. I'm supposed to go back to work on Monday. I've been out for about 2 weeks now. But so just for those that hadn't seen my previous videos, and if you haven't, I would highly suggest you start from the beginning, just to kind of hear my story, and again, understanding the background as to why I am here in the present moment, a bariatric patient who has just recently had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, also known as VSG. So if you haven't gone, go ahead and do that. I highly suggest. So anyway, my name is Sherelle. Shay Chris is my channel name, and I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on January 8th, 2019. My highest weight when I started the process in April of 2018 was 242 pounds. I had never weighed that much ever in life before, and honestly, I was quite surprised that I weighed that much even then. I didn't know how much I weighed. I knew I was fairly big, but I didn't realize I had gotten that big. Before, my highest I've ever gotten to was 225, and the first time I hit that was in college, and then the second time I hit that was now, just before the 242, with my within the last, I'd say, last year and a half or so. Anyway, so 242 is my highest weight. My starting weight, pre-op weight, let me start that. My pre-op weight was about 225. So between 242 225, what's that? 42.25, is that what, 17 pounds? I think so. 17 pounds I lost on my own, just working out at the gym 3 times a week, just doing cardio. So I lost 17 pounds on my own from April to December, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm not going to knock it. It is what it is. And so I started my pre-op diet on December 25th, 2018 at 225 pounds. During my pre-op diet, which is 2 weeks, which is a liquid diet that I had to follow, and that includes, so I took things like protein shakes and water, Power 80, Gatorade, the sugar-free Gatorade, things like that. I could have broth soups like chicken and beef broth soup. I also did a soup. I love Thai food, so I found a coconut milk based broth at Walmart, and one of my first videos, I think I may have shown that, but I used to make this Thai based soup with the coconut milk, and I put a little sriracha in there and some other seasonings to kind of give me that feel of like I'm having Thai food. And so I would do popsicles, things like that. It had to be liquid, right? So I did that for 2 weeks, and then so the 2 weeks I did that, I lost 13 pounds. So I was averaging, it well, maybe a little less than a pound a day, but around a pound a day. So I lost 13 pounds in a liquid diet. So my starting weight the day of surgery, which is January 8th, 2019, I weighed 212 pounds. So I'm going to cut this in two because it's going to be I'm going to talk about my surgery day, and then I'm going to talk about the aftermath, which is probably what you want to hear the most. So my surgery date, I was at the hospital at 5:30 a.m. I was the second of my doctor's patients. So I was kind of happy about that. I prayed for that because, in the morning you're refreshed, your mind's focused and things like that. And I wanted to make sure that my doctor was centered and focused and, doing all the right things. Not that he wouldn't, but you know how it is when you get in the middle of the day, you get a little bit more tired and you've gone through several surgeries, things like that. So I prayed that I was one of the first patients, and I was the second. So I had my surgery through the Texas Laparoscopic Consultants in Houston, Texas. My doctor was Terry Scarborough, and I had my surgery at First Surgical Hospital in Bear Lair, Texas, which is right outside of Houston. So I got there at 5:30 a.m. They had to do some blood bank work. I had some pre-work done by the hospital, and then because it was so too soon, that day I had to do what is called blood bank work, which basically tests for my blood type, and so that if anything happens, they can prepare to have blood on site for me. For me to, if something was to go wrong. Thankfully it didn't. And so I got there, they did the blood bank work, and as soon as they got my blood, before I knew it, they were like, you're ready, we're ready for you to go ahead and prep for surgery. And I'm like, geez Louise. So everything moved fast, like super fast. Like my head was spinning. I've had surgeries before, I've been on anesthesia before, so none of it was foreign to me, and I do pretty well with surgeries. I heal pretty quickly. I kind of call myself Wolverine because I do have a tolerance to heal quick. So I wasn't scared, I wasn't nervous, I was more excited than anything. I knew I was in good hands. My personality is type where, I don't think the worst, I prepare for the best. And in my head, I've prayed that nothing will go wrong, but I don't believe in I have some spiritual beliefs that it doesn't bother me about dying, or I understand my children and my husband, they will be affected if anything happens to me, but I don't consume myself with that because I believe you bring in what you consume your mind with. And so I didn't prepare anything. I have no will, and my insurance and stuff is all covered, anyway, so I didn't have any worries about that. So I was just ready to go in and get it done and be on my way. So they got me prepped. Wait a minute. So the funny part about it, right? They had to do a pregnancy test, right? They have to. So they did a pregnancy test, and then the lady came back about 10-15 minutes later, and she was writing something on her clipboard next to me, and she's like, and your pregnancy test, and she paused, scared the shit out of me. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. And so she's like, it's negative, and I'm like, okay, so I need you to come at me a little bit different next time. I'm serious. Don't play. I'm 43. I don't have time, for real. I done been there, done that, I'm whatever. So anyway, so that was negative. So then they started up. I had my gown and stuff on. They put on these little they're like massagers or inflators that go around your legs to keep the blood circulating in your body. And so they had that on. I had my gown on, had my little cap on, and I'll try to insert a picture of me getting ready for surgery. And I was ready. And then so I think I may have waited around. Now my husband, he was originally downstairs, and then they let him up, and then we just kind of sat around and talked for maybe about 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes. And they were like, Miss Nicholas, you're up. So I was ready to go. And dude, like I said, I've been under before. I've had surgery before. I've done all this before, because I've had my gallbladder taken out some years ago, which is a good thing for me as a VSG patient, because a lot of VSG patients end up having their gallbladder removed after something happens with the body, where the gallbladder and the function of it doesn't work as well, and so they have it removed. So I'm way ahead of the game. I don't even have to worry about that. And so then they called me up. I was ready to go. My husband gave me a kiss. You know, I told him I said a little bit, and they had my IV in. Now, oh my God. So I am real stickler about IVs, only because that's the worst part of having surgery. Having that thing pricked in your freaking hand is like the worst feeling ever. I can't stand it. I feel like I'm immobile when I have that damn thing in my hand. So the first thing I asked her, I said, can I have my IV in my right hand because I'm left-handed, and I feel like I just cannot move when the IV is in my left hand. So she's put it in my right hand, which is a plus. Now, but not only did she put it in my hand, I guess my vein moved, which shocked the shit out of me because my vein never really moves. I got some really good veins. My veins are my friends. They know what to do. My left arm, when I get blood taken, always does me well. But for some reason this time, my vein moved. And I'm just like, you got to be shitting me, right? Okay, so she pulled the damn thing out, put it back in. And it hurt like the dickens. But anyway, she got it in. And, you know, this was before we had to sit and wait for a little bit. So then they started wheeling me in. They put something, I guess they started to put the anesthesia in the IV, and they put the, oh no, it's no parking spaces. They put the thing over my mouth. I wasn't even in the doggone room. I was done. I was out. I don't remember nothing. Like, trying to park and talk to y'all at the same time. This ain't working for me. I don't remember nothing. Absolutely nothing. I remember them wheeling me to the room, and I remember being awake, and then I remember waking up in recovery. That is absolutely it. I won't even lie to you. Now, mind you, like I said, I've had surgeries before. I've had EGDs done before. I've been under anesthesia before. Usually they get you to the room and you're coherent. They give you something to kind of relax you, I think, but you're coherent. And then they put the stuff in the IV, and then you slowly go under within about 10 seconds. I didn't even get to the room. I didn't see the room. I didn't see my doctor. I mean, I saw my doctor prior to. He came and said hello to me. Asked me if I had any questions, if I had any concerns. He's a really sweet man. Very mild-mannered. But a really, really, really smart guy, too. But yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I woke up in recovery. I'm just like, I'm blown away. So, I'm going to do a second video so I can go into detail about post-op. But I can say right now, just to give you a hint of the second video, yeah, it's real, guys. It's real. I'm going to tell you this. No amount of research, no amount of videos that you've watched can prepare you for your experience. You can get an idea, a gist of what's to come. Like now I'm telling you, this is how my hospital did it, my doctor did it. This is how I got ready for my surgery. But nothing prepares you for the actual feeling of having a bariatric surgery. I am not regretting this. I've lost, in less than a month, I've lost 22 pounds. My energy levels are, right now, this has been the highest I've had my energy levels, but I did take my B12 nasal spray, which the doctor prescribed. But no, and when I say, Google is my name in my house. I stay on my phone researching things. So I'm not one to, skimp on finding the answers to certain things. Never that person. People call me, text me, because they just know they can't do the research that I can do, because this is how deep I go into stuff. Nothing prepared me for what was to come. When I woke up in recovery, I had a nurse, Eva at First Surgical. this woman was a beautiful soul. I loved her. I had to send her flowers after they released me. I only stayed in the hospital a day, but I had to send her flowers because she took so great care, so much care for me. It was ridiculous. I work for a nursing college, and I understand, you know, the preparation it takes to be a good nurse, and she took care of me. When I say, not that the night nurses didn't, because she was my day nurse, when the night nurses took care of me too, but it was something about her spirit that resonated with me, and she took care of me. And even I'm a tough cookie. I'm a tough cookie. I'm very stubborn, and you know, I don't take pain and things lightly. I'm not a wuss. And she got in my ass a couple of times, right? But I needed that. But she did it with such care. It didn't feel like a bashing. It felt like she really wanted me to be okay. But waking out of recovery, I was groggy the whole day. And I'm sorry, I didn't take any videos of that. I just didn't have the energy. And my husband, this is not his thing. So I don't have any videos of that. I'm trying to be as descriptive as possible to let you guys kind of know what I went through. But I was very, very groggy the whole day. I was in and out. He was there when I woke up, and then later that day around 4 or 5, he went back to the house and picked up our kids, and they came and visited me. And it was so funny because I was sitting up in the bed, and I guess I had a cup or a popsicle, something I had that they had brought me down. And he said, babe, you had it in your hand, you were talking, you asked one of the kids to give you something, and you dozed off with whatever cup I had in my hand. I was groggy the whole day, which is to be expected because you're under anesthesia. So, you know, it's not a big deal. Pain wise, I have a high tolerance for pain, a very high tolerance for pain. I have both my children natural, no pain medications or anything like that. So my tolerance for pain is very, very high. So I can't say that I am the norm when it comes to dealing with pain. But I didn't have much pain in the incision sites. Now that's a different story. Now I have some irritations, mostly in my belly button. I think that's where they pulled out my stomach. So I think that's why that's a little bit more tender than the rest of my incision sites. But initially waking up with pain was, you know, whatever they gave you and give you in the hospital, some good stuff. But that didn't last very long because the pain started to set in a couple of times. Nausea. When I woke up out of surgery, I didn't have much nausea. I wasn't feeling, you know, nauseous at all. But that didn't say that didn't happen later, because the nausea did come much later. Not very bad. I think I may have thrown up once, but initially coming out of surgery was not bad. So I'm going to stop it here because I'm already at 18 minutes and I want to save, you know, the rest of it for the next video. But you know, I'm hoping that these videos help. I don't, you know, I put them out there not for anything other than to help somebody else, because I just need, you know, like I said, I did a lot of research when I went into this, and it took 6 months or plus, because I started in April, so, and I got my surgery in January. No, I was yeah. Well, I started my pre-op in December, so what's that? 6 months? No, 8 months. Sorry, 8 months. So 8 months of looking into this, 8 months of going through the process. You know, and I'm not the only videos. I don't have the only videos out there, obviously, but I just want to, maybe that this one will resonate with somebody. I don't know. But anyway, so check for part 2. This is the first one, and hopefully this has been helpful. But like I said, you know, everybody's experience is going to be different. Trust me, it's not going to be the same. But one thing I will tell you, if you hear nothing from me right now, hear this. The after effects of VSG, having no appetite, I truly understand to this day, right now, in this moment, what it means to eat to live and not live to eat. Because honestly, as a foodie or food addict, whatever you want to call us, we live to eat. We think of our meals before they even are supposed to occur. We think of our meals while we're eating the meal that we're eating, right? That's an addict. And I was that. Now, I wasn't 300, 400 pounds. The only reason that was because I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how I felt getting, bigger. And that's why I started the process at my highest weight, because I had something had to give. But I truly, this thing and this thing, working in, dude, I never thought I'd be in a position where I didn't think about food. Right now, I'm in a liquid stage of my post-op. And the only reason I'm taking in any kind of protein or anything of substance, liquid-wise, is because I have to. I have no appetite. None. I look at food on TV and it's like, okay. Before I would look at food on TV, I could see a Whataburger commercial, a Taco Bell commercial, Chipotle commercial, and that's what I'm eating. Guaranteed. Oh, that looks good. And I'm there. Now I look at it and be like, But the strange part about it, I look at the foods that are on TV and I'm thinking, I start to taste it in my mouth. Like, I've had that before. And I move on. Right? I had that before. And I move on. I'm going down Facebook and Instagram and I'm looking at all these little pictures of food and stuff. And I'm like, oh. And I can taste it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it passes. Other than that, I'm not thinking about food whatsoever. It's not even... My brain like, what? What's that? What's that? That is the strangest thing to me. So I truly, in this moment, understand what it means to eat just to live. Just so that you can have some substance to keep your body moving and having energy. Other than that, I like it. Some people may not like it. I like it. And I do know that later I'm going to be able to eat. I think it'll be another month, because I go through a puree stage on Tuesday. I start my puree stage, then I go through a soft food stage, and then I go to start eating regular food. So about a month I'll be eating regular foods. And I understand I'll be able to eat that. Now, not everything, but I will be able to eat. And it's like, okay, well, it can happen. When I want something, I can have it, right? But it doesn't excite me like it used to. It's amazing. It's amazing, because it tells me that there's much more to life than eating. There's much more to life than stuffing your face. There's other things. I'm excited. Like, I do this thing in the morning where I can tell you how much I've lost just by touching my body. I know my body that well. I got an area on my backside, on my butt. I have a shelf. I don't know if anybody know what that means, but go to Instagram. Sleeve Goody 75 is my Instagram page. If you go to Instagram and I talk about my shelf, I have a shelf where your back and then your ass, then it cups around. My shelf is pretty much gone. And this is going to sound crazy as shit, but my gauge to know in my ass if I'm losing weight is when the top of my crack starts to meet my back. When that space gets smaller, this is dumb shit, I know, but when that space gets smaller, I'm losing weight. My thighs have slimmed down. Now, because everybody said, oh, so you can see it in your face, my collarbone and because I'm small on top. I've always been small on top. This is the reason why people look at me and say, why are you having VSG? Because they don't realize that my weight is carried at my bottom. Now, I'm not a heart attack, what's it called? Candidate for heart attack, because I don't have any middle weight. Like, I don't carry weight in my midsection. My waist has been relatively small. But my weight is in my bottom portion, and it doesn't mean that it's any easier. Like, my knees have completely now healed themselves. I was going to an orthodontic surgeon because I thought I needed to have surgery on my knees, and it was all my weight. My ankles, I feel no pain. None. The little weight that I've lost already, so I can only imagine it getting better. In my mind, I got a cruise on. I'm going to Spain in the end of the year. That's the thing that's keeping me hyped up. How fine I'm going to be in Spain. That's the thing that's hyping me up. I just said I was going to cut this off. It's 24 minutes. God, dog. Okay, I'm about to cut this off. Anyway, check out my second video. I'm going to get it out as soon as possible. You see, well, lately I've been not energetic, which I'll talk about in my other video, but usually I'm on a run, so that's why I do my videos in my car. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. It's 25 minutes. I'm getting the hell up off of this, but check out my other video. All right, thank you so much. Subscribe, you know, share, please share. Somebody needs this. I don't know who, but somebody needs this. But share it, let people know, you know, help them out, because this is not a thing that you go into lightly. No, you gotta have this gotta be right. It's gotta be right. So share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.